Welcome to the pre-show, everyone. We are early as always. Everyone knows that we always go on early. Thanks for being with me, everyone. I appreciate it. And people will be joining us. Like I said, we are early, so it's no big deal. I'll just have to watch for people to come in. So, big week this week. We have a lot of announcements. It was announced about the. Hey, Julie. As you know, Julie always knows I go on early. Julie always helps me out with every lot of stuff. Oh, hey, SPtv Tattoo Warrior. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So everyone knows about the chatathon Saturday. You're on chat channels. That's fine. Yeah, early. Yep. That's cool. Yeah, Midi Chad. Yeah, he doesn't like the heat either. You know how hot is it near you, SPtv Warrior? Luckily, it rained over here. It's been raining all day, which is great because we're gonna try to get back to some of those waterfalls. And because some of the waterfalls weren't very watery without the rain. We need the rain, even though it's some people think it's inconvenient, but we need it. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Oh, cool. You do the food in 80s? Yeah. Thanks, SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Thank you very much. We're gonna keep. We're kind of running low on waterfalls. We're gonna keep looking for them. We got maybe at least a few more, and Aaron, sometimes he comes into the post show. I think he's a night owl. He might have been in the pre-show once, but mostly it's the post show. But you never know. Yeah, and same with Mark Headley. Mark Headley. I think the same deal. He's more of a night guy. Post show. I forgot if he was in the pre-show, but you never know. Absolutely never know. Hey, Sharon. Oh, there's a lot of people coming in. Usually, especially when we're early, we usually don't get a lot of people. So we appreciate that. Doing 11x hat Aaron. That's cool. I can't believe he wore. Were you the one that got him the 10x hat? That was cool. Very nice. Yeah, we're early, and like I said, over here, I don't know what the temperature is, but I'm glad it rained. Oh, okay, cool. That was great. He wore that the whole stream. That was excellent. Oh, he said he wanted 11x. All right, cool. Maybe I'll do some 11x videos too. Oh, and how do you're in a waterfall mecca over there? That's cool. Yeah, definitely do some waterfall videos. And I'll have to double check and make sure. I know I'm subscribed to you. I don't get like your up. I don't get like any of your videos, so I'll have to check on that. Yeah, he's definitely better than Grant. I love when he does. By the way, I love when Aaron does videos on Grant or Brad. That's what got me going into this stuff originally back to last year. He's so funny when he gets or Marty videos. He gets so funny. He's so funny when he gets genuinely upset. Thanks, Julie. And we're gonna have a lot of people did confirm this week, guys. A lot of times I don't know. I don't ever really ask people to confirm, but we had a couple people say, "Hey, we're coming on." Oh, here's Brandy. Let me let her in here.
It's a bad thing. Oh, I guess there's Brandy.
Welcome.
Welcome. There's my sidekick.
Nice. Very nice.
Your breast stinks. Let me get you a mint. Yeah. How's it going, Chad?
Good, good. How you doing, Brandy?
Good. What do you got?
That's cool.
Got a bump on his back. What'd you do? Did you go rolling something you shouldn't have? Get stung by something? What are you doing, dog? I ain't even leaning back. Hold on. Let's shut the door so that way we ain't waking up peoples. Okay. There we go. Okay. How's your Monday going so far?
Oh, so far so good. Got a lot of just regular tasks done. How about you?
Busy, but doing the adulting stuff.
Yeah. You're off today?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I said, I sent you the invite just either way. So that's good.
Yeah, unfortunately this week it happened. Was yesterday I was supposed to work, but then something with work, the VPN like messed up, so I couldn't work.
Oh, okay.
But what's weird is like, I have internet. Like we pretty much that's how we watch TV is internet. We do all the streaming stuff, right?
Yep.
So I had internet all day. I could do stuff, but being like working wise, like to securely do everything, you have to go on to their VPN.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and their VPN for some reason was something was messing up, so I couldn't work.
Okay.
I was like, well, that's a your problem, not a me problem. So
Yeah.
I should get paid for that at least.
Absolutely. If it's there, yeah, I agree. You were, you had to, you couldn't do anything because you planned to work. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but then for some reason I'm off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and I'm like, that's a bit much.
Yeah, that is a bit much. Huh.
But at least it let me get some adulting done. So we got groceries and things like that done.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I just did similar things, phone calls and bills and stuff like that.
The stuff we don't like to do while we're
I know. Especially on days where, like a day like today, where I have two streams, I have to get a lot of my stuff, and I still have to not have to, but I still have to take a run after the stream before my next stream. So it's all good though. I don't like to get too behind and stuff. Yeah.
So are you already live on your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go live on mine.
Yeah, of course.
What's today's date, Chad?
7th. Yep.
23. Well, I seen tonight too is with Relatable Reese.
Oh yeah, I was gonna remind everyone. Yep. Yeah. The release will be on the post show. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna have to keep it on in the background though, because right as y'all come on,
She'll be on. I think somebody said she'll be on with Aaron.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah, right at I don't know what time's Aaron go on.
Usually right at 7 and 9.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to have that running in the background because I have to go do dinner like right at that time, and I'm like, of course.
Yeah. Same. Yeah, I'll be driving, so I'll have it on, but I won't be able to comment similar.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Mondays are pretty tight. But it's all good stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of people coming tonight. Claire the Taylor confirmed. Who else? There was somebody else that confirmed.
I was about to ask you. Yeah, she wasn't able to join last week.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't really ask anyone to confirm. Just whoever shows up is fine. But so that's even better when I know, like, oh yeah, we'll have some people on.
Yeah, that's why I think I texted you the day before yesterday, and that's why, hey, just so you know, because I know it's better if you know, like, if you can.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because it started before I even called it the pre-show. I just called it like crafting with Chad, and I was just drawing like palm trees and stuff.
Right.
So it kind of grew pretty quick. And then I stopped the week of the second Chadathon because I needed some sleep. And people wanted it to come back. I'm like, sure. Never really thought about it,
Yeah, I was sad about having to like step back from it because of work, but then it's kind of.
Yep. Yeah, that's why the first week back I didn't even think to send you an invite because I knew you were working. But I seen you were in the comments, and I'm like, well, I said to myself, I'll just send her an invite, and you join. Hi.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Tiff?
I'm good. I'm so happy to see you guys. Hey, Brandy.
Thanks for joining us.
That's what I was going to say. And there's one of my lovely subscribers. I can always count on Tiff.
Yep.
I know. I'm so happy to be here because I really wanted to just meet everyone. And, everybody talks. We spend a lot of time together.
Right?
Hey, Sin. Yeah, we spend a lot of time with each other through the chats and things. So I'm so thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I love seeing the people too. Hey, Cindy.
Right. It's kind of nice seeing this, like the one-on-one.
Yeah, it is. And getting a chance to know each other and stuff. I love it.
Hey.
Miss Cindy,
what's cooking?
She's ready just
what's
to like.
What's cooking, good looking?
Well, I haven't been able to wear the chef's jackets because they have a logo. And so my new one came in.
Yay! What's the new one say?
Zoom in of the logo here, son.
I don't know if you can see.
Well, not the.
It basically says.
Where's my God?
Dadgummit, I can't get it to show.
There
it is. It says sinfully good chef.
Excellent.
So.
I love it.
That's great.
That is great.
San, just make me a promise. You won't put on the fake, like, big old paper chef hat.
Oh,
I was just thinking about the chef hat. I was just thinking.
Oh, hell no.
We need a big black one with your name embroidered.
No, I don't do that at all. Basically, I wear, it's kind of like a beanie normally. But it's,
I can see some of the chef's hats, but those big, gigantic, tall paper fake ones?
No.
I don't know whoever came up with that, but I don't think it was how do you really wear that and cook?
I've seen them. Actually, they sit, you talk about the paper ones, they bobby pin those in. But the ones that are the cloth that have the big poofy on the top and all that one actually fits in.
Hey, Kelly Copper's in the house here.
Customized. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Get my mic.
I have to
say,
Kelly. Kelly Copter has been one of my favorites this week. I continue to go back and watch her parodies.
Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they?
I am loving awesome. Her songs this week have been I've been rolling this week with her.
I know. And not only that, to be really honest, I love her little voice and her little dance moves that she puts with it. I love the whole thing.
Same here.
She's
That last
good.
one she did, I let play in a loop for quite a while. It was so good.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you just can let it play. Yeah, we love it, Kelly. Oh, I'm so excited to be here, you guys. If I get too excited, tell me to calm down.
No, you're good. This is great to actually meet people and see people, and you know.
It is. I enjoy it. I love talking to you guys. I love being on all of your channels. I'll be on Brandy's channel if I'm the only one. I don't care. Same with Chad. I try
Yep.
to watch all of you guys plus the other SPtv channels. I feel like I spend probably more time with SPtv and the Never Ends than I do with anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Same
love
here.
it.
Oh, I do. Aside from cooking.
Yes. Well, I watch your cooking and wish you lived closer.
Hey.
Cindy, your videos are amazing. I try to watch them all, but I have to. The last few. There's so many I got to catch up on.
Yeah,
which is great. It's great that you're doing that many.
I have 56. I think was the last count.
Wow.
So I have quite a few. I do the series that you started. In fact, I've got one probably going up tomorrow on that series. We're doing Beanie Weenies.
Oh God, not the beanie weenies.
We're doing the Beanie Weenies. Basically, I did. In fact, I try to do these things that are just really simple, and this basically for the single parent guide. Simple, easy, throw together, something Chad could do. And Beanie Weenies falls into that. And one of the things, normally I will cook in real, glass or metal or whatever dishes. Well, the Beanie Weenies got done in an aluminum pan because I suddenly got to thinking about people who are trying to cook for kids and that type of stuff. They don't want an extra dish to wash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I
so
think
I did
it's
it and
great.
threw it away.
Yeah, I've loved your things.
Go ahead, Tiff.
Pardon?
Oh, I was just going to say, I love everything that you do looks easily doable to me.
Oh, yeah. Kelly, Beanie Weenies is sort of think of it as, I don't know, the equivalent for you guys. I know in breakfast time you guys do pork and beans. Basically, it's a baked pork and beans with hot dogs in it.
Which sounds absolutely delicious. But it is different than the way they have pork and beans.
Oh, yeah. Y'all tend to have it, or in the Britain, UK, they tend to have it for breakfast.
Yeah, like the beans and toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's even a different kind of sauce on the beans, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I do add to the sauce when I do Beanie Weenies. I mean, there is ketchup, mustard, brown sugar, and molasses in there. So, yeah, they come in a can. I start out with a can, Kelly.
Nice.
In fact, I start out with 3 cans.
They come in a can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it. I'm gonna have to honestly try the beans on toast thing.
I haven't tried that yet.
Me either.
I had somebody ask me about lentils the other day, and I don't do lentils. My family doesn't like them. So, I haven't done them, but they were asking because I do rice and I do, pardon the dogs, I do rice, I do other things, and I use broths instead of water, that if that would work for lentils. I said, I don't see why not. Give it a try.
No. And my sister is vegan, and I know Chad has been doing the vegan lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my sister actually uses lentils because of the way they cook down. She'll use that she'll put taco seasoning on it, kind of like, mix it up and use it as taco seasoning, add some sausage. It kind of will take the flavor of anything. and it's a great protein.
Excellent.
I have the old lady's back here complaining at me. She's not feeling well, is what her problem is. She's getting. She's 9. I mean, she's a German Shepherd, and she's 9, 9.5, and she's getting not so steady on her feet. We'll call it that. The boys run by her and knock her over, and poor dog. So
Poor sweetheart. I know. I have 2. I'm surprised they're being quiet. So
I have 3.
Mine on his perch right here.
That's another thing I've noticed about the SPtv group and the Neverends.
Yeah.
Animal lovers, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I used to breed and show German Shepherds on the show circuit. Every once in a while, you'll see me pop in when somebody's talking about, is this something so-and-so's like a cult? And I throw out, yeah, showing dogs is like a cult. You have to follow the in-breeder. You have a hierarchy. And if you don't do that, you never win. And
right. So, it's its own cult culture, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah, I bet. Well, good for you. I mean, I love dogs, and that it takes a huge commitment.
Oh,
hey, Dawn. Hey, Joe. Look, I'm getting overexcited.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, Dawn. I'm so happy to be on screen and saying hi to everyone.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to have you. Now, do you have your own channel too, Tiff, or not really?
Well, here's the thing about me. I'll tell you guys a little bit about me. I only started a little tiny channel because, I was talking to you. I don't have any dreams of having a big YouTube channel. And actually, I went in today to try to make a video, and it told me I have to have 50 subs, right? I have 11. I know, thank you. To make videos. The thing of it is I have a YouTube page that focuses on autoimmune illness. And within that group, I do a subgroup that's like video chatting, and I help people that maybe I help anyone with chronic illness, chronic pain, all of those kind of things. And I will try to help people find doctors close to them, see if insurance covers things. Some of the things that were talked about in Surge's documentary, as far as all they needed to do, remember, was to get the approval from the doctor and the insurance company for his arms. And so that's something that I do all day long, is try to help people find the resources that they need to try to make their life work better, more smoothly, or when I can, I'll help donate, try to make people's experiences, whatever they're going through. I have a friend that just had a stroke, and so she was in the nursing home, and not much family support. So we'll go in and we'll kind of offer that support. We're right on the phone to talk. I've traveled around the world on the phone with people trying to do hard things. So I'm not necessarily big and interested in making a channel because I am busy over there. But I love SPtv so much, and I do relate to a lot of the people. So that's why I'm here. I just want to see everyone, say hello to everyone. And if anyone wants to come check out what I do on Facebook, they're more than welcome. I think Brandy belongs to my page. I know some other people I've met through here. Chad, it's just kind of fun.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I mean, we'd be, but if you ever decide to grow your channel, regardless, we'll be happy to promote your channel.
Oh, well, yeah, thanks. I mean, I need more followers, so if you want to follow me, I'm at JustTiff45, and then we'll make some more videos and talk about some important things.
Hey, y'all,
How's
I
everyone?
got to 51, so I'm happy about that.
I was at 149. I'm waiting for that. One more.
Yeah, I was. I was like, I told some of my friends, watch this video, and I really didn't put like. Sin, I know when we were talking about it in chat about making the channels, you're like, I want mine to be great, and I'm like, I don't know, and look how fabulous it is.
Well, I try to do it right. You know, put things out there that's informative. I have some close to my heart things like the home safety home kitchen safety. That one, I've got some stuff that I'm working on that one. Most of those are not going to be like the one you saw with the washing hands. Hey Claire. It's going to be tossing up graphics and giving information. But then I'm having a lot of fun with the single parent guide. And I'm doing a new set of shorts. So they're coming out. The ones that are about a minute or less are coming out that way. And then I have the long form ones. So, they tend to be about 3 to 5 minutes.
I think they're wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And the pancakes, just saying.
Well, I have to give a shout out to Electric Boogaloo. She's over watching on my channel, but she has been she's made the ranch chicken, she's made the French toast, and she's now made the out 2D. And she sends me pictures and videos. And so she does, and I toss them up on the channel as a shout out. So in the community tab.
I love it.
So
Your poor husband is like, Mom, you're not paying attention.
She's complaining because the boys won't leave her alone. She's been the alpha for so long. Now that she's having some problems, she's they're taking advantage of it.
So she's kind of like telling you, tell the boys.
Yeah. But the problem is that I try to put her in the bedroom with me, and somebody's got an echo. But anyway,
yeah, someone has their volume up.
So
is it me?
It might be.
It might be. Let's see.
That's
Is it
why
better?
I have. No, not quite. That's why I have all the channels on mute.
We'll give her a second.
But anyway, so I try to put her in the bedroom with me, get her away from them. But she doesn't like that either.
I think she muted herself.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and then she could just unmute if she wants to talk or whatever. Yep.
Okay.
All right, that'll work.
But anyway, so yes, she is being very vocal, and she's like glued to me right now. And she's also the one that has seizures. I have one that has seizures, and that's her. Yes,
Wow.
Oh, poor babes.
That's what.
Hey guys, hey Witness, hey Julie,
Cats.
Hey Terry.
Marcus.
No.
Yeah, we have a lot of people here.
Hey Marcus.
Hey Marcus.
I didn't know till I had a female cat that female cats apparently meow consistently when they're in
When they're in
Not
heat,
all
yes.
female cats.
When they're in
it's
heat,
miserable.
Depends on the female cat.
Yes, I didn't know this.
I've had them all my life.
I didn't
And
know
our
this
first time we were actually fine, but it's our more recent one, who she's like now 16. But ever since we got her, she was like wanting to be sort of queen bee, and yeah, it's like apparently like a bit of a territorial thing when they meow a lot. So yeah.
or when they're in heat,
nice.
they're calling. So they're calling the man.
Yeah.
And they
They're
can
looking
be
for
really
love.
obnoxious. Really obnoxious.
Yeah, what's funny, she'll call and she'll go out back. She'll use the doggy door, go out back, call for her little boyfriends. And then as soon as I come over there and think about touching her, she's like, "Meow," and comes running inside, all scared. And I'm like, you get it. I don't want it.
She just wants to know she can have it if she wants.
Well, that's because male cats are mean. It's the thing about cats is kind of an interesting topic. Anyway, things about cats is they're induced ovulators. Basically, what happens? Have you ever noticed when in a neighborhood, all the female cats that are not spayed have kittens about the same time?
Yes.
The reason is the local tomcat has come by and beat them all up and bred them and moved on. So it literally takes the male to kind of beat them up for them to ovulate.
And then their mating process is not a pleasant situation.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get their claws and they hang on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's a situation for sure.
She's stuck on the floor.
And she's only 5, so she hasn't really been around much for the whole mating process.
Yeah, sorry.
Still
I'm kind of trying to figure out what's going on with the old lady back there.
She is not.
Give me a minute.
Well, I'm just as a little introduction because everyone was chatting when I got in.
Oh yeah.
If anyone wants to go and watch this on my channel, because it would be lovely to get more views and subs and things.
Guys, I'm going to be right back. I need to go check on
I
the
have done it live on my channel, by the way. Just a little FYI.
Excellent. I will check it.
It's the Ethical Tailor on YouTube, if you haven't checked it out already. And Chad, you'll be pleased with me. Just before coming on, I'd finished a 3-hour walk around my sort of local area as a little pick-me-up for today because I had a very bad night's sleep last night.
Oh, okay.
Well, so I did 8 miles of walk.
Oh, wow.
And I did some videos, so I'll put it up on my like some shorts or something, because I thought of viewing your sort of waterfall videos as I was going around.
Yeah, that's great opportunity.
As I was going through like the woods, and I was like, oh, perfect murdering spot, but thankfully no one came after me.
Nice. No, that's great. I'm glad I'm sorry to hear you didn't get a good night's rest, but I'm glad you made the most of your day today.
Yeah, exactly. I think the supermoons caught up with me a bit. I had that, and I potentially had a bit too much wine yesterday because today was my day off.
Nice.
But yeah, I had a bit of a jump scare dream, and then just couldn't really get back off to sleep after that.
Okay.
I know those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird one because I get them more and more now, where it's like it's sort of like to wake me up to like sort of go to the loo or something, and yeah, but like instead of when it used to be sort of dreaming of like waters and things like that, it's now like anything, whatever will scare me the most to wake me up, because clearly I'm in that deeper asleep. Yeah, and I think it sort of goes back. I used to sleepwalk and sleep talk, so I think, and you always do that when like you're in a really deep sleep, so I think I'm like going back to having like super deep sleeps again, so maybe it's something to do with that, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely keep posting all that stuff. That's good stuff.
All right, sorry about that. Whoop.
Yeah, I've been on holiday for the past couple of weeks, so I haven't done any videos yet for a little while.
That's very big.
But we've got like a lot more work coming, wedding dresses and things, so I'll be doing more videos of me altering them. And then I've also got a dress that someone wants me to make, so I'll be doing hopefully some kind of bigger videos of kind of make-alongs with that as well, if anyone's interested.
I'm sewing on a button.
Hey!
Were you inspired?
Yeah! Oh, nice. I was so
Inspiration.
excited when people sort of sew little things like that themselves. So I get so many people that are like, I don't even know how to sew on a button. And not to shame anyone, but I do think that is the most basic of all kind of sewing skills that anyone should have, really.
Claire, do you want to see the first dress I ever sewed by myself with the pattern?
Oh, yeah. Always.
Mind you, never sewed in my life. Let's see. Ah, it's right here. Back when I was skinny.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, let me turn
Time
off.
to number.
Let me turn off my blur background feature because you ain't gonna be able to see it.
Hello, Dawn, by the way.
Oh yeah. Hello, Dawn Electric. I didn't see her. My finger hurts. I got it good.
Oh. Christy, I think your video's frozen.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
It's thinking at the moment. There we go. It moved a little at least. There.
This is when I'm like, oh, it's all right. Computers won't take over the world.
Right.
Until I talk to my tech friends and they're like, well, here are the things we know.
Okay.
Very good.
There. Oh. Okay. So this is my dress that I did. It's actually.
Oh, nice. Is it a setting or?
I love the color.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's a-
pretty.
It's a sleeveless pleated dress.
Beautiful.
Can you show the top again? I'm so sorry. I missed it. Oh, yes, I love it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, and with it being pleated,
Yeah, that's so nice. Simple but
Nice.
elegant.
yeah, my grandmother said, evidently with these pleats, that is one of the hardest patterns to do.
Ah, yeah.
And, you know, me being me, I didn't know this. I just chose a pattern and said, hey, let's do this one. And she's like, okay. She didn't tell me how hard it wasn't going to be. She didn't tell me the difficulty level. Just like, okay.
Yeah.
So she shows me how to cut it out. She shows me how to pin it. And then says, there you go. Now do the rest. And
Nice.
I made it. This was my first
That's so good.
one and only.
Yeah, to be honest, I get a lot of people ask me sort of when they want to like come to one of my classes and kind of make something. They're like, "What's the easiest thing to make?" And I'm like, there isn't. You know, you can get like patterns that say that they're easy, but it isn't necessarily down to that. It's down to how someone understands something. Because, you know, someone can do like a circle skirt, you know, sort of, and for whatever reason, it's still kind of complicated to them. So I'm always like, you know, just pick what you want to make and then, you know, we'll sort of kind of go through it because it's, I'd rather people sort of make what they want to wear, basically. So that's really good that you did that.
I didn't
Great.
know. I had no clue.
No, it's amazing.
It is.
I praise anyone that makes you know, at least has a go at making their own clothes. And actually, my teaching business is 5 next year, so I'm going to do a party in the summer and like invite everyone that's come to a class to wear something that they've made. so we can sort of have a bit of a celebration of everyone's progress.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nice.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
I think my next one is going to be to learn how to do something like this, but learn how to put the pockets in.
Oh yes, pockets are key.
Pockets.
Oh, I'm all about pockets.
I haven't actually done a side pocket video, but I've got a welt pocket video. But yeah, they're not. It's not hard, you know. Like if it's like a side, sort of like for a trouser kind of pocket, or even just like down the seam pocket. They're not hard. It's just order of which you do everything. So basically, you make up the pocket before then you sew up the sides.
Yeah, because
yeah,
if I'm thinking of it, because I've never done a pocket, but what I'm thinking is kind of like the zipper. You just have to kind of inline with it and sew it right along the seam.
Yeah. How did you put your zip in first and then sew up the seam afterwards? Or did you sew up the seam and then put your zip in? If you can remember.
Let me think. I did, because it was pleated, I did the I did each seam like to where the one pleat side would go with the other pleat side, and it zipped up to where it matched the seam. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Howdy.
So like I tend to
thanks for
tell
joining
people
us.
to put the zip in first and then sew up the seam. So like with a pocket, you would do it in the same way. You would put the pocket in first and then sew up the sides.
Yeah.
For it to then meet.
But honestly, it's been like 5 years since I've done this.
Nice.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's work with the same pattern, but just add pockets in. It's the best way to go.
Nice.
Hey, Laurie.
Hello, Poe, by the way.
So, Poe, how was your day going?
It's going all right. Just finished up a bunch of yard work, getting stuff
Oh,
cleaned
okay.
up around here, getting ready for fall to start heading in. So
I know, yeah, it's one of those days. We got some rain out here. How about you guys?
What?
It's
We're
been a lovely
expecting a
day
bad
here.
storm.
We had rain all day.
yeah, it's been,
We had that on Saturday.
Y'all pushed all
been on and
that.
off all day here.
Oh, okay.
Pushed all that rain and storms and pulling off to Texas.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
cooling it off. It's just making it more humid.
Yeah, we dealt with all that for the last month. It's ridiculous around here. So, you know, we get 90 to 100 degrees, and then we have 90% humidity on top of it. It just makes it that much more wonderful for all of us. So,
Yeah.
You have to
Oh,
dig your
wow.
way out of your front door, don't you?
Yes.
oh yeah. But I'll tell you, probably the worst I ever felt it was the first time in Thailand. And, you know, you land at the airport, it's nice and air conditioned, really comfortable in there. You walk out the front door and it's like you literally just walked into a wall with the heat and humidity. And until you get used to it, it's almost unbearable. It's literally like going into like one of those big ovens for curing powder coat or something like that after they've just shut it off. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
Oh, believe me, it was.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So what's everybody doing here?
I'm just
I'm
watching.
doing a painting of a painting.
We're listening.
You for my walk today.
We're listening, learning. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, Bo.
I'm doing my
I'm like,
Hey, Tiff.
regular palms.
Terry.
See, somebody's got their Stranger Things shirt on there. So
Yes.
Nice.
yeah.
Love it.
I've got my Where is Shelley?
There you go.
Nice.
That's going to be my usual Monday attire.
Now, how is it the ethical tailor is painting and someone else is actually sewing?
Because it's too late for me to be at my studio.
Alright.
Well, not too late to be there, but you know, straight after this, I'm going to be going to bed because I'm in the UK. And painting is what I do outside of my work. Which is
That's
exciting.
Claire's zen. Painting is her zen when she's not.
Yeah. It's so funny. I get so many people come to my classes and they're like, oh, like I just love sewing. Like, I bet you make all your own clothes. And I'm like, as soon as my work day's done, I'm like out of there. I don't have time to make my own clothes. I employ people so that they can hopefully maybe sometimes do some of my own stuff because I just, don't have the energy or time for it.
Poe, in all fairness, I am sewing on a button to my spouse's pants. So that way, these pants can be worn for work this week because
Nice.
Well, I do
for work.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I do agree with the need to be able to sew a button on. It saves so much money. Just a simple button.
Yeah.
I charge £5 and people,
Really?
I pay a button and people will pay. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Right?
I actually learned to sew in the army. So I do all
isn't
the
that
sewing in the
something
house.
you have to learn, Poe?
Ah, very good.
It's not something they had to learn,
Like
but it
from
was
the
very
military.
practical to know it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many patches I've sewn on the jeans. There's like 4 other pairs of jeans in there with patches right on the freaking crotch of the pants.
Yeah, we're good about that. Well, you know how we are. We'll wear a pair of pants until they literally fall off of us. So
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the best thing about guys. Like, women are too easy to, and I am calling out women. I don't mind doing that. Too easy to, kind of sort of put it to one side and then go and buy something else.
right.
Fast fashion is targeting you all, so be aware.
I'm just trying to figure out right now. My yard working shoes, the soles are actually starting to peel away from the toe, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get them back together. I've already glued them 3 times. So
See?
Go buy some more.
Duct tape and baling wire.
You use the leather glue. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
It's time
Have you used it?
Well, I
It's duct
tried.
tape
I
and
tried the
baling
baling wire, but after a while, they're so old. These tennis shoes got to be 15 years old. I just refuse to get rid of them. So
Yeah. Take them to a shoe mender's. They'll be able to sort them out. As well.
they'd laugh in my face. These things are so bad. Yeah, they're not even worth. They're not really worth trying to save. It's just they're comfortable. Why would I get rid of them?
Yeah.
So plus, it's a good argument point for me and the wife. So
Okay.
Hey,
I just
Juliana,
read-
I'm not making anything right now
why not?
because I've got so much yarn. I'm sorting it through and trying to figure out what to do. And so far, I've got 33 projects lined up, and I still
Oh,
have
my
more
goodness.
unclaimed yarn.
Nice.
I spent. Oh my goodness! I spent 2 hours the other night sitting there rolling yarn balls for the wife. So
Yep, you're a good
I don't
husband.
know. I
My
can
husband
sew
just
on
shakes
a
his head.
button. That's about it.
Very
I-
good.
I
No,
don't-
that's fine. A button
don't
is
know how to
good.
knit. Don't know
Don't
how to
have to say
crochet.
much more.
So
Poe pretty much does everything else though.
Yes.
AP
we're talking-
laser.
Yeah, we're talking about how men wear pants until they fall off of them. Same goes for shirts.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
hold on. I'll show you.
I don't know if you guys saw Marcus's comment, but he said, I believe his grandmother put super glue on the buttons of new
Oh, wow.
shirts.
Oh wow.
That's funny.
And so never needed to replace them.
Wow.
Almost genius, right?
Yeah, it is. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Whoever thought?
Well, this is
From a tailor,
Oh, I think you're
do not
muted.
recommend that.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. Look, he says it really works.
Because
So-
I have had some
Either that or
people
I'm
bring
behind.
things in to be like re-altered and things like that, and wherever they took them to first, glued like the hemming, and then it's like, oh, I'm having to like sort of steam over it to unpeel it. Oh my god, it's a nightmare. So
Right.
This,
Yeah, there you
And
go. Come show.
this is the second time I've sewn this button on.
see, that's 2 pairs of pants you didn't have to buy.
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is the same pair.
Let's see
Oh,
what you
here's
got.
a shirt.
Same
This
button.
T-shirt right here was given to me 30 years ago.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You don't wear it much, do you?
Every
No,
once
he
in a
just
while.
didn't have to.
Every
Oh,
once
that's
in
a
a while.
saver.
I'll never wash
Yeah.
it. Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've got T-shirts over 30 years old that are still sitting there in the closet, and I still wear them. So
I do
Nice.
too. I wear my old Ed Hardy T-shirt from back when I was in high school.
is that the Love Kills? I believe
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those. I've got some shirts that are just really good quality, and they've lasted years and years and years of being washed and worn and everything, and they're just why get rid of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Theta, that's from local motorcycle club here in Detroit. They'd asked me to come and be part of their organization, but as a police officer, it doesn't really work so well. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine.
no, they kind of frown on those things. So, and somebody was asking about the Telecaster back there. That's actually getting ready to leave here in the next week or so. I've got a gentleman out of Japan has offered to buy it from me. So
Wow.
not going to be much plan on that. I'm going to do the final setup on it, and then it's going to get shipped out. So
Very cool.
On my channel, Laurie in Georgia says, when I was in high school, we used to staple our uniform skirt hems. So I've been there, done that.
Well,
I've done that with the bottom of my pant legs. You
Yeah.
know, Mom would go shopping for us for the school year, and because we were growing like weeds, she'd buy us clothes that were too big for us to grow into during the year, and we'd have to staple the cuffs up on the bottom of our pant legs. So
I would do
Yeah.
that with my bell bottoms when the hems would start stretching out.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
oh,
Here's
and they
one
get
for you.
like
Uh-huh.
ratty.
You guys remember
they
parachute
start-
pants?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was a little after my time. I was out of school by then, but yeah.
We just saw, I guess they're coming back in style. We just saw a whole rack full of them at some store at the mall.
Oh, they were bad. The
God
first
forbid.
time.
I saw a guy yesterday actually who was like pure 70s. He had the like a vest top and the bell
Wow.
bottom.
Somebody the other day had a
Motorcycle jacket.
Right, Joe?
friend of mine showed up wearing a members only jacket.
Hamper pants.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Members only. And the hammer pants, right?
And
Yeah.
my
yeah.
Yeah, he had the matching jacket and pants.
Oh,
members
yeah.
only
Oh,
set,
wow.
I was like, wow, this is like the Wayback Machine, isn't it? So
No kidding.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like that long ago, though, guys.
I
oh,
know.
you're telling me.
When you get into big hair and shoulder pads, that's when I was in high school.
You and me both.
Oh
Me
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah.
You and
Oh, the whole Miami Vice vibe that was coming out, the Valley
Oh,
Girl
yeah,
vibe
everything
and all that.
was.
Oh, that was some horrible stuff.
and the hairspray didn't stop either.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You'd go through a can of hairspray a week
Yes.
just to get it to stand up.
High school was so much fun for me. I was they didn't call it that back then, but I was what you'd consider nowadays goth.
Oh, yeah.
Being
Can't imagine you being goth.
oh yeah, let's see, being predominantly Cherokee. One of the big rules my grandfather had was you never cut his hair. You can take the split ends and things like that off, but you can't cut his hair. So my hair was bone straight all the way down to my bottom. I wore the black military style pants with the knee-high tanker boots, and then always like a Susie and the Banshees, or some kind
cute.
of punk or goth style band or
Yeah.
alternative.
Poe,
That was kind of teaching. What's that?
did you play hacky sack?
No.
That was probably after post time. I hate to
It had come around while it was around while I was in high school. I was just never interested in it. I played football and was on the wrestling team and all that. It was funny because I'm looked like a goth, an outsider, and someone that was antisocial, but I played in the sports and all that stuff and had a great time with it. But it's just how I was. I didn't feel like, I didn't like the whole Miami Vice vibe and all that stuff. I
Just wasn't you. Yeah.
So,
I am. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
I
good.
was just gonna say I'm Seneca Indian,
Okay.
and my Seneca Indian reservation actually happens to be by Clearwater Chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is a large Seneca population down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my family is actually from the reservation by Clearwater Chat. So
wow.
Yeah, we're part of the Eastern Band Cherokee Nation.
Very cool.
So ours runs along the Appalachia through Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia. I don't know if it makes it into Florida or not, but it's a nice large grouping of different bands of Cherokee along that line. So, and we have a great time. You ever make it to any powwows?
Oh yeah, it's fun. My grandfather used to wear the whole. He'd put on the whole headdress, the whole garb. It was the whole festival.
Yeah, my grandfather was a tribal elder. So he would do all that. He was it was really interesting because my grandfather was very deeply imbibed into the whole scene, but my father, my uncles, none of them wanted anything to do with it. They were all trying to get good jobs with like General Motors and those kinds of corporations, and they felt that if they exposed their Indian heritage, it would be a detractor on them being able to get employment.
Yes.
So
that's so sad.
Well, in truth, to add to that, Poe, my dad grew up there by Silver Creek and Irving by Buffalo, New York, on the reservation.
Oh, okay.
And as he got older, he wanted to go to college, and so he came here to Ohio State to go to college. And my mother,
Tiff, you're really
Tiff, you're freezing up. Huh?
Oh no!
I think we might have lost her for a second. We'll give her a second or two.
Yeah.
So, Chadwick, what are you doing?
Oh, right now I did I'm working on a pound right now.
All right, there we go. Where's Chaz at?
He's with his mom. He was here this morning.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Mark Turry's here. Hey, Mark.
Yep. Hey, Mark.
I was trying to check out some of the chat here.
Yeah.
Paul,
Go ahead.
half Cherokee, half Apache.
Oh, excellent. Let's see. In Theta, word up. Muskegon, Choctaw, Seneca, Cherokee. Oh, yeah. Now we've up here in Michigan, the most you hear about are the Chippewa. Very, very large footprint here in the state of Michigan. So, matter of fact, pretty much all of the casinos here in Michigan are Chippewa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're doing real good.
No, because my great grandmother was Cherokee and her spouse was Apache. They actually traveled the Trail of Tears and everything.
Yep, we've done that.
My family, my heritage, they were so poor, they never even got to be on the scrolls, nothing. So I can't even trace my heritage. I can't even prove that my family was a part of it.
That was one of our big problems was before my grandfather and his brother were taken off the res and put into a government school, given Christian names and everything. There's no lineage other than Bibles that we have for who where our family lines go. So it's interesting. Unfortunately, my sister keeps getting involved in these 23andMe things and keeps putting everybody's information out there to these companies. I'm not real happy of that. But you're not able to trace things. I know that we have Cherokee's the majority, but we also have Pawnee and Blackfoot as well. So it's but as my grandfather used to say, he's a Native American redneck. So what does it really matter? Well,
Yep.
Claire, you're awful quiet over there.
She's fine.
Because I don't have all this Cherokee heritage.
Well, you have a
I
great
can't
lineage
really
of Native Americans in the UK, don't you?
Yeah,
That's funny.
not in the same sort of way, I don't think. Not that we come across anyway.
I'm
But I'm just starting my. But what I wanted to add to tonight, if anyone wanted to talk about it, was the Surge documentary, because obviously I wasn't able to be here last week. And I just sort of wanted to say how nice it was that obviously he's being able to have a bit of a second life come back to him. That's just the stuff what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very nice.
And equally how nice it is of Kerry or Kelly, the conservator lady.
Yeah, Carrie.
Because I was doing a lot of work with advocacy work with the Free Britney movement wing, sort of like just like up until she got freed, supposedly freed, because there's a lot of things going on with that still, but because she was wrongfully put in conservatorship. And I just sort of thought it was so nice because I've done some research on Kelly and just sort of understand kind of her side of it, because obviously I know conservatorships from a bad's perspective. And she seems like a really, sort of decent person and kind of doing everything for the right reasons, and sort of because people who are homeless, there's a reason why they become homeless. So it's really nice to see someone actually wanting to do good for them and sort of give them a second life that obviously they deserve. So I didn't know sort of if anyone else kind of had thoughts of that about the documentary, because I know obviously everyone was talking about sort of like kind of what Mark and that had done for him, which is like great, but for me it's kind of sort of, if she'd never done that, there's plenty of people that do these conservatorships that just sort of want to kind of ship them off and get them off the streets and that's it, whereas she's actually going out there and trying to find things to help him sort of have a better life.
Well, I think one of the worst things for homelessness is the two worst things. Number one is the lack of psychiatric care in our country. And then number two is every time they turn it into, they start off with these great ideas, and then the local governments take it over, and it turns into jobs for administrators and family friends and things like that. And here it is, you got $5 million going into a program for the homeless, but yet they're only spending $150,000 a year on the program, and all the rest is going to salaries for friends and family members of politicians. So
exactly, and that's the thing. That's something that we found with the Free Britney, is that they then start, like these like sort of local kind of politicians or whoever they were, governors.
Oh yeah.
Then started this like Free Britney bill that was going to be like, now like we're going to use conservatorships in a good way and all this sort of stuff. But it was just a corrupt thing, sort of to get people off the streets, but then equally take their money, because that's what allows, as a conservator, that's what allows them as well.
Anytime you let the government get involved, it's going to turn into bureaucracy and things like that.
So, sort of like to see someone actually doing a decent thing with it.
Right.
Oh, thank you for the fringe compliment from Joe. It's so good to see someone actually doing decent for people, you know, sort of like not just for themselves, because I think it's so rare in this world, you know, sort of no matter kind of what country it is. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of like shout out to her and kind of that side of the documentary that I sort of was really interesting. And and I just think, you know, sort of like him going, the bit that like really got me sort of choked up as well was like when he was getting his what do you guys call it? With your
GED?
high school diploma kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just think it's so nice because it's sort of obviously a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, I'm too old for doing this, that, and the other, you know, particularly sort of going back to high school, whatever.
We've got a great program here in Michigan where you can actually start taking part-time classes and get your actual diploma instead of having a GED.
That is nice.
Yeah, I think that's really good for a lot of people. Our niece, my wife's niece, she went through that program, and you know, she was on a bad track for a long time, and then she realized, if I'm going to survive, I've got to turn my life around. And first thing that we did was we got her into that program. She got her actual diploma. Now she has 2 associate's degrees. She's a regional director for a marketing company.
Oh, wow.
You know, and it's just a real observation of you can turn your life around. You just have to be determined and willing to do it. So
exactly.
Yeah. She's doing great now. So
people tend to look at the GED poorly.
Right.
It's not. I personally don't, but other people think upon that like that.
Right. It's
I think
super negative.
Program to have that as another option to be able to actually have that actual diploma versus a GED.
I like the name of high school equivalency diploma over GED because GED has a negative connotation just in the name. It's a general diploma, you know, whereas the high school equivalency diploma sounds a lot better than just a GED. And I think that has it looks better to an employer or something like that. Whereas, you know, they're looking at it, here's the GED, here's a high school equivalency, which sounds like it has more authority to it. So that's a big thing. But I got to hop off here, folks. My live stream starting in 10 minutes here. So
all right, we'll watch the rerun, Poe.
All right. Well, you all have a good evening. All right. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
Bye, Poe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining, Poe. Thanks, Poe. All right, that was nice. That was nice.
That was. And just to answer Jen Sell, definitely. I think, you know, she needs to get this, Brittany, in regards to Brittany, sorry, she needs to get her court case sorted, and then, she'll be able to move on. But unfortunately, as with her entire life, nothing is straightforward, and it's, you know, being postponed till next year. So God knows when it will actually be sorted for her. And unfortunately, until then, you know, it's sort of like everyone's in limbo about sort of kind of what to believe, because she's meant to have this great attorney in that, but quite frankly, what is he even doing for her if he's allowing this case to keep getting postponed? And unfortunately, she's now with the judge who presided over Nicole Nichols, the Star Trek first black female actor on Star Trek. She got put into a conservatorship by her son, and with this judge who Brittany now has over her case, was doing that case, and she sort of kind of wouldn't overturn it, and unfortunately she ended up dying under it, you know. So it's like, and now her son has all of her money, you know. It's sort of, you know, sort of so corrupt.
Wow.
Unfortunately, you know, it's one of those things when you like adding a celeb to it as well. I think it sort of makes it worse. But I don't know if anyone's heard of BJ from That Surprise Witness, but she's who I after I kind of found out about the Free Britney movement, I found her channel, and she's a lawyer who sort of is now deep diving into a lot of these like conservatorship people and sort of you know, like what's the word, exposing the sort of more corrupt ones, and she oh sorry, now I've lost where that was going. But she's doing a lot of work to like expose all the dodgy ones. So she's sort of someone to watch if anyone's interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, so her and Emily D. Baker, who I get all my sort of law stuff from. Yes, long hairs unite. I'm a law nerd and a SPtv nerd.
Nice. That's cool.
Actually, I liked your nerdy bunch that you guys did over the weekend. I thought that was quite.
Oh yeah.
Quite.
I wasn't actually able to make that one, but that was cool. I seen the rerun.
It's all right. Mini Chad was there. He was giving us all the tea.
Nice. But yeah, those are fun. Those are fun on Saturday.
Yeah.
And she said her cats are law nerds or paw nerds.
Yeah, paw nerds. Yeah.
Oh, Tiff 45 said the storm knocked her power out. She spent.
No.
I'll put it up on the screen here.
Aw.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So hopefully she can come back next week. You can come back next week, Tiff.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has an open invite. You know, it's just kind of nice that like just some of you got
it won't be a storm every week, hopefully.
Right. Right. Yeah. Definitely, these are fun though.
And you can just jump on and not participate.
Yeah.
You know, when she was saying about she can't post videos until she's got 50. Was it 50 subs or something? I think that's just from her phone, because that's what every time I forget, and then I forget my laptop at my studio, and I go to do something on my phone. You can't stream live from your phone or upload videos onto your phone until you've got like a certain number of subs, I think it is, or views. I can't remember what it is now, but yeah, she can do anything on her laptop.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't thinking when she said that. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
She should be able to. I think also.
I know, like
live,
it's hard.
You need a certain amount.
People don't sort of have that, but.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, to let everyone know about your channels.
Oh yeah. Actually, I was on my comments, and Juliana was in my comments earlier.
Oh, okay. So people are
right. Any extra subs? No. Getting my subs.
Yeah.
But I'm the at the Ethical Tailor on YouTube and all social medias.
Nice. And Brandy, you have a nice channel too. It's called Christ Anxiety, right?
Yes. Yes, I do. It's Christ Anxiety. It's just the name of it. At Christ Anxiety on YouTube and
I think it's
Facebook.
one word. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone that's interested, please check that out. That's a great channel too. So Brandy has a channel, Claire, and Terry. You don't have a channel, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
If you ever do, let us know.
I will. Just got too many things going on right now.
No worries. We appreciate you're here, and you always help us out moderating too.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Terry's
I'm a behind the scenes person. I'm not very
Oh.
social.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I want to read Marcus's comment real quick because it's a great comment. The supportive aspect of these broadcasts is really bad for OSA and Scientology. It doesn't matter what you talk about. I want every one of you to know that this did not always exist. That's a great comment, Marcus.
Yeah,
I purposely,
thanks
and I purposely don't talk about, because there's so many other great channels that talk about Scientology and un-Scientology that I don't need to do it. I could go out and do the waterfall videos and do whatever I want, my characters. And like you said, it supports the SPtv and everyone else's. Like Cindy supports it with the cooking, Claire the Taylor, Brandy, the social anxiety issues. And I don't know if anyone wants to add to that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I get that as well. I get a bit imposter syndrome in that I like I sort of wonder sort of if I kind of did more salacious stuff, kind of would more people kind of watch and join in and things. But my whole thing, like with my business and everything, has been kind of just do what you do, and then sort of people will kind of follow eventually, and kind of sort of my whole thing is about sort of educating people and sort of changing people's shopping and sort of lifestyle habits. So what I try to do. So like you say, Chad, it's sort of so many people talking about the Scientology stuff and all that. I just add in my stories of kind of sort of culty workplaces or kind of sort of marketing ploys that I kind of see, things like that.
That's great.
Chad, I was going to ask about that. What is Joe inquiring? Like,
I think I just read that, and I might be wrong. She's asking about streaming, and I think just like you guys are doing, anyone's welcome to stream their channel if they're on.
Is that what she's asking? Like me and you, we're on the stream with you, but then I am also streaming to my channel. Is that what she's doing?
I'm doing the same.
So. Yeah, I assume so. Anyone's welcome to.
Yeah,
when they're on with me.
Joe, when you
I think she's saying about like sort of similar craft people kind of doing streams together.
The
craft show would fit in well with my channel's content.
Let's see if I
so
can find it
absolutely, Joe. If anyone wants to do sort of other streams, I'm always up for joining other people's.
Yeah.
Because I know someone else in actually the Facebook group has like sorted out on their channel, I believe it was, kind of going out to like a directory kind of thing for sort of everyone's channels, and she was doing it more for like just the crafty people.
Yeah. Well, it's like saying me, you, and Marilyn. We're all in Marilyn's group together, and it's kind of like we're all crafty people. We're all in the same group, but we kind of sometimes stream together. I mean,
yeah.
Well, Marilyn's asked me to be on her stream as well, and I'm more than willing to do so. I've asked her to kind of give me an email and give me the particulars.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was so jealous I missed last week.
Yeah, I've interviewed Marilyn. If y'all haven't seen that video, go check out the interview with Marilyn.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I'll have to watch it again. Because you guys were in like this same
Marilyn,
type of
I've got my cream tea teapot cover.
I love it.
She said,
Thank you. I brought it to the fair. I didn't make it myself.
Of course.
And then I have my poo mug because I don't have an SPtv one yet.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh! I love Winnie. I've got a Tigger one.
Yes, nice. My sister was always
Dawn. Just so you know, my maid who lives in the house with me has not been very good about keeping that, like paying him to. Anyway, so I'm running a virtual background, and so you see, I don't have a green screen, so what you see is kind of this thing that it's working on.
It's called a virtual background.
Yeah.
Joe, yeah. When I do my channel, when it says stream to my channel, just so you know, I also stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I am simul streaming at the same time to multiple platforms.
Right.
Oh, I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah. Anybody ever wants tech help with that kind of thing? Hit me up.
Yeah, that's cool. We all help each other. Yep.
Oh, Stephen, that is not my house. I wouldn't know what to do with a baby grand piano in the first place.
I was wondering about that before you said it. I'm like, wow, she's got a nice house.
You know, I wish that was my house.
You should have lied, yeah.
You know, well,
the trick would be when you say go over and play us a tune.
It depends. If I get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, maybe I can afford a house like that. Hint, hint.
That's the attitude.
Yeah, sub to Cindy.
If Sin does that, Sin, you then start sending people to me if you get that many that quick.
Yeah.
Well, we all help each other. So the more streams we do together and joint
Exactly.
ventures, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes.
The chroma key thing?
Chroma key.
I don't know. What is that?
Beats
I don't
me.
know.
Apparently, it's in my background. I wouldn't know what that was.
So who's on tonight?
On Aaron's, I think one of the people is relatable Reese because she'll be in the after gathering too. I'm not sure who else
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen. You know, I just kind of come in. It depends on whether or not I'm having to cook dinner at that particular moment.
Me and Chad were talking about that. That's
Yeah.
right after this. I don't have to go cook.
Yeah.
What are you making tonight, Sin?
I'm probably going to do the shepherd's pie tonight, or cottage pie. Cottage pie for those in England.
Cottage
Sorry.
pie.
Nice.
Yeah, my
nice.
stepmother will yell at me for that one.
Oh, chroma key is a
A green screen.
technical term, and it's for the green screen. Camera See, stay
Oh.
to something tonight, y'all.
Yeah, it never
Nice.
worked with mine, the green screen thing.
I
don't know
got
if it's my computer or what, but it never likes it.
I got a really nice little backdrop and all this other stuff, and got it ready to go, and realized it wasn't wide enough.
Oh.
So, you know, it's sitting down here.
That's excellent.
I'm always like messing with my camera and trying to get it right. And yeah, to this point, I'm just like, whatever. My first, 3 weeks, the camera was really zoomed in to my face.
Oh.
Well, I found that mirror button. I'm all excited. So when I point the right way now.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chad's over there. Randy's right there.
I don't know who's. I haven't figured that out yet. See, Chad's there, and then Claire's way at the end. Terry, you're next to me,
Yeah.
and I have hard time with names. What is your name again? I know it's Christ anxiety, but other than that, kind of
Brandy.
Randy.
Brandy. I knew it was something. It was like here, but it wasn't coming out. It's like, okay, this is embarrassing.
This is my life.
Y'all, I've been called so many names, it's not even funny. And I can't tell you how many times I've been called sir, and I just, whatever. I
Oh,
don't,
no.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, our names came back.
Why are we doing that?
I forgot I had a comment up there by accident.
Sorry, Dawn. It's Irish, but it's UK, so we're do shepherd's pie. Y'all know the difference between shepherd's pie and cottage pie, right?
Shepherd is lamb.
Uh-huh. Shepherd must
They
be
have
lamb.
sheep.
Yeah, shepherd must be lamb, and anything else is cottage pie.
Well,
And also,
for,
cottage pie tends to have more, or like the vegetables in.
um,
Vegetables.
I have a lot of vegetables.
Yeah,
in
like
it,
it
yeah.
has the meat and the vegetables mixed in, whereas shepherd's pie tends to just be the lamb mince.
Ah, gotcha.
But my mum has always made it like with everything in.
With
So.
everything in, yeah. Yeah. It's a good way to get vegetables down the kids.
Yeah. But also she tends to use corn mince. So actually ours is just,
Yeah.
any of the above, because really it's not beef, it's not lamb, it's corn mince. But
Gotcha. Yeah,
do you
it's
guys have anything like that over there?
Chad
how
just
many
called out.
A corn mince. So it's a vegan alternative to
yeah, they have it. I haven't used it. Usually they use tofu.
Oh, okay.
Tofu?
Yeah. They use tofu as a protein over here, but they do have I mean, Chad pulls some of those. They're pre-packaged or pre-made patties.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is just like the mince, so it's not
Yeah.
like you can then sort of kind of put it into anything. So I was just thinking that would be a good one for
Yeah.
Chad,
I
if
haven't
you
seen
did
it.
have anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
Sometimes
I mean-
people will eat.
I mean, Chad may see it over in Clearwater, New York, but here in Texas, they kind of go, "Do what? Where's the
I
meat?"
can't imagine vegan in Texas.
Yeah. Some of Europe is a bit like that. France and
nice.
Italy.
I seen a video yesterday, I think it was, Koreans trying barbecue for the first time.
Oh,
True Texas barbecue.
Oh, what they think?
how's that going?
They were very shocked. Like, some of them thought, like, the smoke ring, they thought the meat was still raw. Because of the smoke ring.
Oh my!
Yes. They thought that it was still raw. And the producer was like, no. That's a smoke ring. That's the color of the meat. It's fully cooked. And most of them, like for most of the meat, they gave it about a 6.5 up. The most interesting though, the brisket, I think most of them got about an 8. The ribs, there was one group, these 2 girls, they gave it 100. It was supposed to be 10 out of 10, and they were like, "Nope, 100, it's good."
Nice.
Well,
And
Brandy, yesterday I ate at Buc-ee's for the first time.
we boycott Buc-ee's.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh.
because they don't allow 18-wheelers because they don't want them in their parking lot, and it's family friendly. I mean,
I can see that. Yes, never put those two together.
right.
But they've just come to Alabama, so
And so, my boss is a truck driver. That is one of the most, biggest parking lots you will ever see in your freaking life. And yet,
can't
they
park.
won't allow not even the cab into their parking lot.
No.
really.
Yeah, you can't even bring the actual tractor in. There is one, I think by Dallas, that you can. They have truck fuel aisles, but they have no place for them to park.
No, they
So-
wouldn't allow the fuel. Nope, it's all RVs. And,
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep, because we have one right here in town. But
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Nothing.
It's interesting. Everybody goes on and on about truck drivers. They need to get off the road and get more rest, and because they're dangerous and they are. But so many places you can't park a truck. I mean, that's why you see them parked on the exit ramp, on the side, because they have nowhere else to go. If you're not in a parking space in a big truck by 6 o'clock, you're sleeping on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Wow.
Well,
And then the rest areas, especially I know here in Texas, they've dwindled them down.
The truck stops.
Yes, like just the rest areas.
Yeah.
They're no longer rest areas. They took the rest area out. It's now
Mhm.
just a picnic area.
Mm.
But I will say along 35, between Austin and Dallas, I've seen more truck stops that they have built. So that's good. But it
Yeah.
used to be here in Texas, trying to find a place to park here in Texas was next to impossible. It was, like I said, 6 o'clock, or you were on the entrance ramp, and they had just closed down and blocked off. And that's the thing is, if they closed down the way stations and the picnic areas, that'd be one thing, but they blocked them off, and so you can't get in there at all.
They do.
So it's just like, you want drivers to stop, but you don't give them a place to stop. And they say, well, in a truck stop. Well, yeah, where?
And then you got states like Arkansas, they will actually ticket a
Ticket
truck
you.
driver
Yeah.
that pull off like in a exit ramp.
Mhm.
If they actually pull off and safely pull off to the side of the road,
Mhm.
they will ticket a truck driver for pulling off and sleeping because it's not like at a rest stop or a truck stop.
Yeah. So it's like, what is it you want? Do you want drivers to be safe on the road, or and get the rest they need, or do you want somebody who is really, really tired going down the road trying to find a place to park?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's
You
the
know.
thing.
sad.
And it's not like you can pull those into anything.
No.
Uh,
You're talking 70 foot of truck and trailer.
yeah. Yeah. So it's really, it's rough on drivers out there, and then you add other things, and this is where I get into the food side of it, because I spent 7 years in an 18-wheeler with my husband, in that little space. In 7 years, the worst fight we got into was whether or not Fort Chiswell was on the map. But anyway, that I digress. Anyway, but one of the things that when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes while I was in the truck, and so I literally trying to find, and that's a problem with drivers. If you ever look at a lot of the drivers, they're heavy set, they're big guys, and a lot of them suffer from type 2 diabetes and other issues. And you go to a truck stop to get something to eat, and it's all meat and potatoes, and that's it, or a salad bar, that those are your choices. And if you're trying to eat a little bit lower carb and less sugar, truck stop is not the place to be. So they have these issues as well, and so the drivers aren't eating what they need to eat for their issues that they have. And these poor guys, they're up early in the morning, they do an unload, then they sit around how that works is then you unload and then you sit around until they have another load for you, and then you drive another 3 hours down the road to pick that load up, and that entire time is all being logged. Even though you're not moving, even though you're not driving, you're still being logged as on duty, not driving. And that counts against the time. So now they have to push to get to the next place so they can unload in the morning, and
And
that's why,
to
yeah.
do that kind of cooking, you have, the old cigarette lighters?
Mm-hmm.
That's, y'all think about that. That's to get a skillet or something like that to cook with. That's all the amperage you get. You can get a hot pot, like the skillets, to actually plug in the cigarette lighter and cook with.
Mhm.
That's it.
Think of a camper. I mean, what you can put in a camper. Now I will say, I had in our truck, we had a refrigerator, a little college dorm refrigerator. I had a little microwave, and I had a hot plate, and I would use those things to store and cook with. And so a lot of the things we got were pre-made, because that was a whole lot easier to deal with than, going in and grabbing a pot roast, say, and making all of that. So a lot of the stuff was the pre-made. Again, really processed, all kinds of preservatives, all that garbage, and that's not good for what they're doing. So I mean, it's rough. It's rough for those guys.
It is.
Yep.
And gals. There's a lot of women out there now driving.
Yep.
So, so every time, and the other thing, think about, guys, when you're driving your what we call four-wheelers, your cars, those trucks cannot stop on a dime.
Oh,
Okay.
y'all literally take your lives in your hands when you cut off an 18.
Oh God. There's a couple of things to think about. One is it takes 2 truck lengths for one of those trucks to stop. So that's 70 feet that you have. That's 2 of them for them to actually get stopped. So if you pull in front of them and then suddenly slam on your brakes, that the truck doesn't have anything out. They can't stop. And the other thing is that blind sides. If you cannot see the driver in his mirror, on his side mirror, he can't see you at all. So, when you're passing one, either come up and pass them, or if you can't get past them, try to stay in that where you can see the driver's face in that mirror.
Yeah, and to all you cyclists out there, that's why it says don't go on the inside.
Yeah,
because in London there's can be a lot of accidents involved in them in that way.
Great.
Just watch them driver fail videos. I watch them all the time. People are so stupid when it comes to just cutting off 18-wheelers. And I'm just like, I mean, all the time I'm going, because they just don't realize literally their life is stuffed out in 2 seconds. And I'm just like, you don't know how stupid you just were.
We had an incident back when we were driving. We were in Nashville, and now this was not really the guy's fault, but it was really kind of scary. I'm on the phone with my son, and we're driving. It's raining, it's nighttime, and we're driving through Nashville, Tennessee. And we come up to this guy on this little motorcycle, and he's going just fine. And then all of a sudden we see him reach down and start fiddling with something, and he had a rider on the back. He started fiddling with something. The fast lane was not letting him in. The granny lane wasn't letting him in. He was in the middle lane. And all of a sudden, it just slowed way down. And he disappeared. We had a big square nose truck. And so he disappeared under the front of the square nose of the truck. And the only thing we can think is that his passenger, whose eyes were like filling his face mask, put his hand on the front of the truck, on the grill of the truck, and held the truck from running them over. And he finally got whatever his issue was on the motorcycle fixed and came out from in front of the truck. But we were just like, holy crap,
Yeah,
it was scary.
It can be scary. It really can.
Yeah, it can.
Like,
it can.
And one of my big things, whether I'm in a truck, car, I mean, whatever have you, like always, I'm the type with my anxiety, of course, crisis anxiety. That's my thing. I always put my feet up on the dash. I'm like this. Always. Something comes up, I put my feet up there on the dash. Like, that's going to stop something from happening to me.
That'll break your legs is what it'll do.
Yes. I was going to say.
And it's one of them, I know not to do it. I know that it's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
I know that it's probably going to hurt me worse having my legs up there. But for some odd reason, that is my natural go-to reaction of I automatically put my feet up on the dash and just...
Well, there's a couple of reasons that's bad. One is it's you're not going to stop it. If you're doing 60 miles an hour and come to a sudden stop, your legs ain't going to stop you. I mean, they just aren't. They're gonna break. The other thing is you got airbags coming out of there, and so those things explode, and you're going to get it doubly bad. So you're going to be folded up like a taco in the front seat, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Yeah, that's the scariness. But I know what
Yeah.
you mean about sort of it's kind of your kind of comfort things to do
Yeah.
is sometimes
Yeah.
not the best.
Yes.
Because I would do the same on the bus as well. Go upstairs on the bus and then put my legs out on that sort of little ledge bit that you get, and it's like,
It's not even a comfort thing. It's my to do with my anxiety. Like it's
Yeah.
my first knee jerk reaction. You know how some people, if like when they're driving and like their kids in the passenger seat, the automatic thing is to like put your hand over. You know, you want to save your kid. Mine is to automatically put my feet up on the dash and like get in this fetal position, and I don't know why. I just do it.
the grandma seatbelt, that one?
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know. It just
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's having sat in the passenger seat of an 18-wheeler for 7 years. The things that I have seen out there is like, oh my God, you know, you used to hear truck drivers say, oh, them damn four-wheelers, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, yeah, right, you guys hog the road. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I actually didn't understand until, you know, I started riding shotgun with my spouse, and then I'm going, oh God, I understand now.
Yeah, totally get it. I mean, you totally get it. I to this day, because we had a truck wreck in 2011, that's what ended the driving OTR. And one that was bad enough that they airlifted both of us out. So, you know,
Oh my God.
it was a bad one. I have a scar above this eye. I had an actual skull fracture, but I have a scar above this eye from where I hit. I was actually in the back. I was asleep in the bunk, and I hit the desk and ended up underneath it. But, you know, even now I get a little bit leery of trucks next to me now because of that. It's involved that it didn't bother me before, but now it really does. You know, and then having one stop in front of us is another one that bothered, because that's what happened was we came up over a hill and there was another truck in the granny lane with no lights on and everything, and he stopped in the granny lane and we hit him at, you know, 50 miles an hour. Normally I'd have been awake at that time, because usually what I did was I'd sit up in the back and I'd play a game in the back in a lawn chair. Thank God I wasn't, because I would have gone through the windshield at that point, you know. But yeah, it was a bad wreck. All I can say is Jesus took the wheel.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, so I ended up with a head injury on that, and the worst bruise I have ever had. I thought my hip was broken. Worst bruise I ever had on my leg, and the only thing I remember about it was waking up underneath the desk, looking up and wondering why I was seeing the stars, because the load had come off. It was rebar mesh had come off the trailer, broke the chains, came off the trailer, and took the top off the tractor about 2 inches over my husband's head. So I mean, it was bad. So, but anyway.
Well, I have to go start dinner for Philip. He'll be home in a minute.
All right. Thanks for joining
I'll
us.
see y'all later.
Yep.
Take care, Terry.
Isn't it a small world how we all kind of like, we can relate just about to anything.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chad,
crazy.
what recipes have you done? I know you
No,
watched.
I wasn't looking forward to saying I haven't really cooked any new food since we talked. It's like Chaz, he'll eat the same, like he gets, mainly because that's what I cook, but I'll cook spaghetti or macaroni and cheese, or, you know, the scrambled eggs in the morning.
Right.
Or we get pizza. That's like our 4 things. Or we'll do like the chicken nugget, the The ones that are frozen, you put in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. You
You
got
know,
to try
stuff
that
like that.
quesadilla. He'll love it.
Okay.
I mean, if he likes any like tacos and stuff like that,
Yeah, he does.
or goes down to Taco Bell and gets the quesadilla, yeah, that's right down his alley.
Okay.
He'll
Yeah,
really
definitely.
like that.
Yeah, eventually I want to try all of those. They all look amazing.
Yeah, and they're so easy. That's the thing that I work hard on that particular series is, how easy can I make it?
That's exactly what I was talking about. Those
You
are
know.
the exact kind of videos I would watch. Like I said, because I googled the one. I want the one that's the shortest video. That's still I could still comprehend how to do it. Around a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And those are great.
Well, it's like, the pancake one. The interesting thing about the pancake one is actually in both the Simple Meals and the Cooking 911. It's the same video.
Okay.
It's just geared differently. The discussion is different because a lot of people have trouble with pancakes. They do, but at the same time, they can be so easy. It's just you have to remember certain things.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and turn on your mixer and just mix the heck out of it. It's literally fold it in, get rid of the big bumps, and call it a day. And the other thing is they cook it too hot. Pancakes need to be cooked low so that they get that rise. That's how you get the fluffy pancakes. So
I'll have to definitely watch that before I make him. Because I've had pancakes where you can't even eat them.
Yeah, those are the two main things that people do wrong. There's a couple others. I mean, there's peeking. The neat thing about pancakes is they have their own language, and they will tell you when they're ready to be turned over. You don't have to peek underneath to see, is it done yet? They will tell you. And the way they tell you is when you look at the pancake, before you flipped it the first time, when you look at it, you'll see all these bubbles come up through the top. And when you get a whole lot of bubbles up through the top, that means the bottom's cooked. So you can flip it that way. So you don't have to look underneath.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
Wait
just
a second. You both didn't know this?
Huh? I'm sorry.
Claire and Chad, y'all both didn't know about the bubbles?
Oh
no. I mean, the pancakes that I do are the thing for Shrove Tuesday. Not quite the thick ones, but I presume it sort of works in the same way. No.
I'm just getting started cooking because of Chaz. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The bubbles are they're not crepes, as Steven says. Crepes are done totally differently, and there's a little trick to them too. They're kind of funny if you want to be honest. You get your pan, you get a saute pan really, really hot, and then you dip it in the crepe batter and you hold it and it cooks the crepe, and then you pop it off.
Yeah, because they're like super thin.
Yeah, they're really thin.
The latest I've seen on TikTok, though, do not cook in a glass pan.
No.
I don't think I do that, no.
I cannot tell you how many people I've seen on TikTok lately. They've done it in glass, like an actual glass pan over gas.
Wow.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, really?
They explode. They will explode.
Why would common sense to me? Don't do that. Why would you do it?
Unfortunately, it's TikTok. They don't have common sense.
Those are the same people who ate Tide Pods. I mean, come on.
Saying you're right. I mean,
I mean, but it is, and Steven's right. The actual true way to make a crepe is to put your batter in and then roll the pan around, and then set it back down. But I do it the trick because it's just easier. I don't want to have to mess with it. But it's like I had somebody comment on the pancake one about, why did I use oil and something else? And I told him, I said this was the whole idea behind this was to make it easy for parents who don't cook. And so the easiest way for parents who don't cook is to get a box of Bisquick and then
Yep.
follow the directions. I mean, that's eat. Now I make a scratch pancake mix. A lot of people do, and if you read, in fact, Chad, if you read the description in that, I give you a lot of ideas of other things you can do, like you can add pumpkin and spice or cinnamon and sugar to the batter itself, blueberries, chocolate chips. I've got a whole list of sprinkles, yeah, the funfetti sprinkles. All of that stuff you can add to the batter. The neat thing about the batter is that, like, if you're adding blueberries or chocolate chips or anything like that, if you have a thin batter, it's all going to soak to the bottom, and so you'll have a whole lot of pancakes and you'll have one that's basically a chocolate bar.
Yeah.
So if you have a thick kind of lumpy batter, it will actually suspend the blueberries or the strawberries or the chocolate chips or whatever in the batter, and that way it's there throughout the batter of the pancake.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's another kind of trick if you want to add the fruit or that type of stuff into the pancake. So just make it thick.
Okay, sounds good.
New chocolate chips, you have to watch it because they will stick to the bottom.
They will stick. Yeah. That's why when I do a pancake, I use a butter spray, and I use a lot of it. So I use a nonstick griddle. So between those three things, yes, the chocolate can stick because it's chocolate. It's gonna get sticky. But if
some people, it may be rocket surgery. Okay.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's people who literally have either never stepped into a kitchen, or if they have been so disastrous at it that it's really scared them from it. They
Right.
tried something that was more than what they were able to handle in that first step. And so what I would like to do in the Simple Meals series is get people who haven't been in there before to get a chance to get in there and learn to cook like Chad.
Yeah.
And then B, those people who tried to make filet mignon. No, let's go with some beef bourguignon, and it was a major disaster. Well, that's a advanced cooking skill. If that on that particular thing, you want to start easy and build your confidence.
You just have to start with basics. It's
Yeah.
like anything.
Yeah.
Go with the foundations and build.
Definitely.
It's just like, I mean, cooking is basically chemistry, if you think about it. What goes with what and makes what?
Depth of it, because I can't do chemistry. Sin.
Oh, I wasn't good at the math part of chemistry. Gave me issues. Now I could put stuff together, no problem, but you threw me a math problem at me, and I was like a deer in the headlights. It's like, do what? And I mean, it was bad enough. I remember in high school chemistry, it was bad enough that I had a chemistry final, and it was all the math, formulas, all the math stuff in chemistry. And I was lost, clueless. I literally have a bit of a dyslexia regarding numbers. I turn them around. Yeah. And the other thing is my mother used to be very good at math, and so when I'd ask her for help with math homework, she would tell me once, and I would be like, I don't get it, and then she'd get mad and get really nasty, and so I quit asking. And at that point, I just kind of floated along. Well, back to my chemistry test, I was so flustered by the math. I did all of the symbols and all of that, but hi Deviant. Anyway,
hi.
I did all the chemical symbols and all that other stuff, and I got to the math problems and drew horse heads in the answer thing.
My god.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I would always go for the
Cooking.
Chemistry is what we're talking about.
Okay. I'll sit back and listen and learn.
But I did. I drew little horse heads, and my instructor came back and said, "Very artistic, but I can't give you credit."
Oh.
So
Well, I would say in with that is stir fry is one of my faves to do. When like you don't have much time, because you just, even if you don't have a wok, you can just use a frying pan.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the Asians out there, but sort of
What did you say?
and it's you just like you throw a few vegetables in, and kind of if you want to meat, then you can throw meat in. Otherwise, you just have the vegetables, and then whatever kind of sauce you want. And often I just use some like spices where I've kind of mixed a few to sort of make up like a general Thai spice, things like that. And either kind of sort of cook it with that, and then some coconut milk in, or just like a sachet sauce. And it's sort of kind of nice, quick and easy, and generally fairly healthy depending on the kind of sauce that you put in.
So what I suggest to a lot of people, and people don't do this especially when they're experimenting in the kitchen, they have a base, or they have something in their head that they want to try, and there's no recipe, they're just doing it. I do it a lot, but there's people who adjust recipes, or they'll once you adjust a major component of a recipe, that recipe now belongs to you. You're the author of that recipe. At least that's my belief. So if you take, say, Electric Boogaloo, for example, she took the ranch chicken that I posted and made it, but she added mushrooms. Well, that's a pretty major component, not something that I thought of at the time. It sounds amazing to me. She said it was really good. Well, now she owns that recipe. That recipe is hers with the mushrooms. Okay. So if I were to go back and do a video with the mushrooms, I would credit her with being the author of that recipe, because that was a big enough change in the recipe. It's like a lot of the things that I come across, I'll see a good recipe and I'll change a couple of spices, and I'll add white wine, or I'll add red wine, and I'll do this. Then that becomes mine. That's where, if you ever see sinful on those recipes, those are ones I've written. Those are my recipes. If you don't see sinful in front of it, that means it's someone else's recipe. Okay. So that's the key. So now you know. But the thing that I'm getting at is that if you're going to play with a recipe, if you're going to make adjustments and changes, or if you're going to make one up as you go, bring a piece of a notebook and a pen with you and write down what you did. Because if you like it, then you can replicate. If you didn't like it, then you can you have a place to start to figure out where it went wrong.
Yeah, definitely. My character is always the one that I get a really, I make a really nice one, and then I forget sort of things that I changed and things like that, because I tend to put less oiling and things like that, more carrots and all that.
Right.
But then no two carrot cakes ever turn out the same.
Yeah,
but
I always forget to write.
I can't learn from my mom, because she never writes anything down. She's like, a little this, a little that. You do this.
Yeah.
My grandmother was an eyeball. Throw this in, throw that in.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Mom, that teaches me nothing. Literally.
It's what's been funny about it is that I've always been an eyeball cook. I'll throw it in. This looks good. Plop. I have learned, because of when I worked and had to develop the recipes that I did at where I worked, and now with the videos, I have learned that, okay, yeah, that looks good, dump it in a measuring cup and see how much it is.
Yeah.
How's your day going, Deviant?
Well, on and off.
Okay.
I've had problems with my internet all day, and for a short moment I thought it might be because of there's a rain weather that started yesterday evening. So they have had a. Okay, this will maybe sound a bit ridiculous for you in the US, who has everything from
It's okay.
hurricanes to earthquakes and God knows what. We don't have that here. But they have warned. I'm trying to find the words, and my brain just died.
It's okay.
So anyway, I thought it had to do with the weather until I realized that no, it's just my internet provider that's so shitty. I'm so angry. I allowed myself to be fooled into changing providers a year ago. It's a 2-year subscription or lease or whatever you call it. And all I want is to go back to the one I had before. One, they keep your information private. That's like their selling point. And that's obviously very, very important to me.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. It's not obvious, but it is to me obvious. Because other companies just sell. These ones the one I had earlier, they actually fought a case that went, if I'm not misremembering, it went to the court in Hague for the European Union because they refused to give out the information about their customers, regardless of why.
Okay.
So anyway, the old one, I never, in all these years I had them, I never had a problem, except from when the owner of the building dug up a cable and trashed the whole thing, but that was their fault. This shitty thing, it drives me crazy. So and now I'm just dead. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just rambling.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Deviant, we all have mistakes.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's the only entertainment. It's the only sound I have that isn't my own fucking head. Is from my computer. I don't have a stereo. I don't have a TV. I don't have a radio. I don't have a CD player, or even. Well, I have an old Walkman, but it doesn't work.
Wait. Oh, okay. No. You have an old Walkman that works?
No,
it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It kind of. I think I could make it. Maybe not me, but you could get it to work if you took it apart, and I think it's just dust, and you might have to scrub on the components a bit with a piece of tin foil or something to take away the corrosions.
Now you're bringing it back, Deviant. Remember the old the rabbit ears with tinfoil?
Oh God!
The rabbit ears?
Did y'all not have that in the UK?
Antennas? They're antennas?
The antennas where you had to put tinfoil on to make your TV reception come in?
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't quite put tinfoil on them that I even know, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had, I used to have a TV with one antenna, and I know we had, but I'm not in the UK.
Oh,
that's why my English is so shitty.
Your English is fine.
Oh, you're. Wait. Didn't you say you were
Sweden, I think, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's hard. Sorry, y'all. It's hard to keep up with who's from where.
Yeah, it is.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's all the same
whatsoever.
thing.
I'm just happy to be speaking to other people.
He's like, I'm happy to have companionship.
Yeah.
So Chad, I think Pete was asking what the weather report was. You haven't given
Yeah,
us the weather
it's
report.
rainy over here, and then he's got a super chat. Thanks a lot, Pete. Umbrella Fun for Clearwater, Chad. Appreciate it, Pete. Really.
Yeah.
Thanks. Let me know
Well-
anytime you want to go
well-
on, Pete.
Well, here in Texas, I'm gonna do my best, Robin Williams. It's hot. It's damn hot.
Oh,
The fried egg on the road.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, you
cool.
have some extreme weathers in I'm so envious.
Y'all read
Because
that?
like all of Europe has like the
No, I can't see.
warmest, hottest, most deadliest summer ever since this. And I mean, we had some pretty nice. We haven't had a bad summer. I mean, this is the first real like major rain the whole summer. But it's been kind of like meh. I mean, I hate it when it's too warm because when it's cold, you can always dress up and
Yeah, you can only take so much
I was
off
gonna
when
say,
it's hot.
don't-
yeah,
Mine too.
exactly. And
Without getting
I
arrested.
get so panicked. I swear when it's hot because my apartment you can't get the draft, and there are only windows on one side, and the sun comes around, so it's extremely hot when in summer when temperatures rise.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Yeah.
it's like that, I can hardly live here. And still, that is exactly what I want. I want to sit in my kitchen window, which I'm not allowed to, according to my brother, because he thinks I'm gonna fall out, and he has a point. But it's 9 stories up, so
Wow.
if that happens, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, I'm not sure 'cause y'all do incinerate, and again, math. We don't work. I don't work math. I didn't grow up in a call. I grew up in public school, and yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, but so I can't do the centigrade to. When I do the centigrade
Fahrenheit.
conversions on my videos, I'm online. I'm at Google looking it up. Okay, I don't know these things.
Oh,
But
but
anyway,
I have
yeah.
a tip for you.
oh,
Do
what's
you
that?
use Windows?
Do I use Windows?
Yeah,
The Windows
on your
Viewer.
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you have a calculator.
Uh-huh.
So the calculator you can choose if you want the standard, science, graph, programming, blah blah, and then you have all the converters,
Right.
among others, temperature.
Oh,
So you can go
I
in and you
didn't
can
know
just
that.
choose like from Celsius to Kelvin or Kelvin to Fahrenheit or whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you don't have to look it up on Google every time.
well, Google, I actually have it in my bookmark. So I just go into I have open the page, hit bookmark, it's right there, and Fahrenheit
Okay.
to
Okay.
Celsius, and type it in, and there it is, and done. So it's not a big issue, but when it comes to dealing with outdoor ambient temperatures, there's no way I can make that conversion without actually going and looking it up. And I mean, I think we're Brandy, we're running 110
Yeah.
right now Fahrenheit. Is that about right? I can't remember.
That ain't right. My computer says 80.
Oh my!
Is not right.
That's
Uh,
43
I was
Celsius.
gonna say that, and that's 40s.
43.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're wanting what the Mediterranean's got, and they've got new.
Yeah.
So don't be wishing it too hard because climate change is coming. So
yeah, I've got 102.
I do too.
Wow.
I'm at 102.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
That, y'all, that is
30,
ambient
38,
temperature. That's not a heat index. That's not what it feels.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It probably
Oh,
feels like
no.
110.
Jeez.
You know, hubby's coming home. That's why the dogs went off.
Okay. Well, let's if you guys want to plug your channels, we'll get ready to go. We only got 10
Alrighty.
minutes for the main
Alright.
show.
Oh, that's gone so quick.
I know, that's
Yes. I had so much daggum internet issues. Jeez.
great.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was so late on,
you're
but I'm just
all good.
really.
Even-
It was awesome to get to talk to you.
I'm live.
You're live.
Yes. My husband's like, you're live.
Hello.
You got your own webcam now.
But anyway, hey, well, I'm at Sin for Good, Simply Good. It's actually Sinful Good is how to get there on YouTube. But I'm doing daily drops of content. All of it cooking. I have different areas that I'm working in. I've thought about letting you guys kind of do a little challenge for me, actually. Kind of a Chopped. If you've seen the show Chopped.
Yes.
I can't do it. What is that? Oh, anyway, I can't do it live when you hand it to me. But if you give me 4 ingredients and I can give you kind of an idea what's in my pantry, because I don't want to have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff to do it. But 4 ingredients and say come up with something.
Oh my god, that's like we had Ready Steady Cook,
Yeah,
and they would do that.
yeah.
Cool. Yes.
That is.
Oh, Pete
I'll
has a
find
question
some
real quick. I know
obscure
we don't have much.
ingredients.
I know we don't have much time left, but Pete has a question. Claire,
I'm
what are
not
you doing?
drawing. I'm painting.
Painting. Okay,
Oh,
looks beautiful.
Come up quite
yeah.
There's sort of a landscape that I
Ah.
walked up
People
today.
on the way and that
Nice.
sit here.
Awesome.
That's
So
great.
anyway,
Awesome.
I am at, last I saw was 148 subscribers. I would like to get
Oh
to
my
that 200.
god!
And my watch hours, believe it or not, are 66.6. So, it'd be nice to get out of the 666 range.
Yeah. Well,
That's
keep
where
coming.
you wanna
Keep
be.
coming.
I'll say that forever. That's so good.
Me too. No, I'm joking. Or am I?
And who else wants to plug a
Should I
channel
go
here?
next?
Sure.
So I am the Ethical Tailor at the Ethical Tailor on YouTube and all socials. Because I'm looking at my screen and not my camera. I have 19 subscribers, so please subscribe to my channel. Please, I beg of you. It's mostly just my sewing, how to sew videos up there. But then I do on my lives, you have a alteration along Art of Alteration lives, where I do my unpicking and sort of what I can of alterations whilst I'm sort of in front of the camera, but you basically just see my hands at work. And we'll chat to whoever's in the chat. And then I want to do some videos as well about some fast fashion lawsuits that's going on. Not that I know that much about the law, but just to sort of kind of read up on them, because I'm all about educating people on shopping better and exposing the cult of fast fashion, as I call it. But because there's a lot of sort of slave labour and things like that goes on within it. So I advocate against all of that, which is how I come to be watching everything to do with Scientology, because I found Leah and Mike's show, their podcast, before everything else. So yeah, I'm against all the badness in the world, basically.
So Steven's asking what's the name of the book.
Seriously, when you said fashion, what did you say? Fashion.
The cult of
lawsuits.
fast fashion.
No, you said something about fashion and law, like fashion lawsuits, and
Oh,
my brain
yes.
immediately went to O.J. Simpson's glove.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah, that was a
what
fashion
could that
statement.
be? But oh, that no.
Yeah. Basically, H&M are taking Shein to court over some sort of copycat thing that they're doing. Although H&M are known to copy other people, like sort of young designers and things. Shein's also being taken to court over slave wages and Temu as well. So if you've seen Temu pop up everywhere, Chinese platform, boycott it all because it's all bad.
Did you say H&M?
H&M, yeah. I think you guys call it just hengies over there. Oh no.
Yeah, the H&M, Hennes Mauritz, H&M.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you, Stephen.
Yeah, it's my I don't know if it's your mic or my headphones or both, probably both. So the sound from you sometimes overlays itself.
Oh.
Like a half a second.
Oh, is everyone hearing that?
That's
after. So I hear your echo, like, and then it cuts out and comes back. So that's why. But yeah. Oh, so H&M, were those the one that had the slave labors?
So they do as well, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
Because they put it off that they can't control what the factories that they use do.
Right.
But
classic
the
nonsense
lawsuit
defense.
The slave wages is against Shein in particular.
Yeah.
And Tim. Yeah.
so
All right.
what's your channel so we can get that out for you, Brandy?
Oh, me. I was.
Yes,
you were talking to Claire still. Oh,
No.
my bad.
You're the last one.
Mine's at Christ Anxiety on YouTube and Facebook. And I am just the safe place go-to. Mostly, I stick around religion, but I am doing all-inclusive. It doesn't matter religion, cult, person of one. It could be anything. It's just a safe place to come and talk. It could be over anything. I'm just having that safe place. Just anybody come and talk. Even if you just want to come in there and chill. As many of you know, I come on there late at night just because. And I just come in there and talk. It could be about anything. Just to chill and talk.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Very good.
Awesome.
Anyone else have anything to plug before we go?
Well, I'll probably be dropping a your Beanie Weenie video probably late tonight, early morning. I've dropped the two that I did for today, and then I'll drop that one early in the morning. So it'll be there, and I've also got a set that goes together: a barbecue rub, a barbecue sauce, and some barbecue chicken. So they all go together. So we'll probably have 4 drops tomorrow.
Okay, great. I'll look for those to watch those. I need the tips for sure. Don't forget everyone to watch if you feel like it, or watch the repeat. We'll have the after show, and relatable Reese will be on with us, and I hope to see you guys all in the comments of Aaron tonight.
Sounds
Yay!
good. I gotta go make
2
dinner.
minutes. 1 minute.
Yep, we got 1 minute.
Alrighty, well, everybody go to everybody's channels and subscribe and all that stuff. Y'all have a great evening, blessed evening, and we're headed over to Aaron.
This was fun. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully.
Had a ball.
Bye.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.